Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. We are back here with a vanilla playthrough, and leaving off from last time, we had just gotten this single little tiny bit of a column here for our iron. Let's go actually go ahead and grab some here. And we've got quite a bit now, and we're going to be today working on getting the first bits of automation set up so that we can... I was wondering why these things weren't going. It's because there's not quite enough iron in here. But we're going to be working on getting automation going for the next column over, which is going to be for copper. And then we're going to actually be working on automating out our red packs and probably the green packs too. There are quite a few red and green sciences to get through. And getting that automation up and running early, we'll be able to get through. Obviously, there's quite a lot of science to get through. And actually... one of the things that I really like about the new space age technologies is that they actually added quite a few repeatable technologies. In the old versions of Factorio, there were a handful of repeatable technologies. Like there was like robot speed and some of the combat ones, and mining productivity. And mining productivity was the most useful out of all of them. So you could always be making your miners worth more, basically, for, you know, they would last longer, basically, because each and they would mine more quickly, so each mining operation you'd get more out of it. Well, in this version of Factorio now with the space age, the nice thing is that there are actually a bunch of repeatable technologies that we will definitely be making use of, and those are things like different productivities for different things that they didn't used to have productivity for. So for instance, there is blue chips, which are the processing units. Those have productivity. There are, what else are there? I'm like blanking on things now. There's rocket parts productivity, and there's steel productivity, and there's a bunch of other things too. So oh wait, I already did this. What am I doing? Hello. I'm clearly like not paying attention to what I did. Okay, let's pick these guys up really quickly. Okay, we actually already have some miners here. We'll probably add some more. Let's just run this back here so that I know where to go. Okay, nice. And actually, we'll just back this up. Bring it right down here. I'm gonna have to craft a couple of those undergrounds. Now, I know I mentioned this in some of my past episodes, which is a long time ago now, so if you haven't watched my space exploration series, you definitely should go check that out at some point. I'm still going to finish that here in the future, but one of the things I always said is that I try and maximize my resources. So even though I don't have to do a full-length underground belt there, I like doing that because it's resource efficient. Later on in the game, it doesn't matter as much because you have so many resources that, like, it's not that you don't care, it's just that it doesn't bother you one way or the other, right? But especially this early in the game, pretty much every resource that you can get counts, and so I always try and be as efficient as I can be. Some Factorio players are like that, some don't care as much, but it's all good. Alright, this is going to go here. This is all going to be iron, and this one will be copper. So we're going to run this up here, actually, like that, just so we can kind of see where this is going. And, oops. One thing we can do, actually, here is, I have some of these right here. I'm actually going to set this up really quickly so that I will do a little bit less manual crafting. We are going to set up a quick little transport belt thingamajig, and this is going to have to be gears. How many gears does this need? This needs 1 gear. Okay, so we'll go here, and we'll go, this goes in, 2 go out, 2 go in here, 1 goes in here. And this is going to go into 2 different boxes. We're going to limit these guys here, I guess. And then we'll power all that up. And the reason I did 2 going in to the gears is that each gear takes 2 iron to craft. And then each belt craft cycle makes 2 separate belts. And it's like, it's close enough, right? So this is gonna make us belts pretty quickly. And this just makes sure that we get enough of the different resources that we need. Cool. So that's gonna start making belts for us, and really that is how you should play Factorio, is just automate things when you can, because it is super tedious crafting belts and other things, and if you don't have to, then it's probably better that you don't. So, for our first thing that we're going to be doing here, we can just plan it out over here, actually. I'm going to go a decent ways off of this, like probably, we'll just say that this is like kind of an imaginary line that we're going to build behind. And the reason that we would build behind this is actually 2 reasons. And actually, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing that I've always kind of wanted to do and never have really done, so we're going to do it this time, is to have a walking lane down your bus. And so one of the things I feel like I do a really bad job of is kind of having nice aesthetic things in the factory, and one of those is a walking path. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go right here, actually. We're going to go 4 lanes for a walking path right here. And that'll just be like a nice little area that I can walk down the belt without, or down the bus without having to worry about belt and being dragged along and so on and so forth. And it'll just be like a nice clear area. You could drive a car down it. You could do whatever you want. And I just feel like I don't do a very good job at those kinds of things. So I'm going to try and do a better job this time around. So we're going to build back from here, and I'm going to start again even further back, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. But let's check out the recipe for our red signs. So this takes 1 copper plate, 1 iron gear, and it makes 1 single automation science pack. Normally, if it made any more, you'd see like 2x or 2x automation science pack or whatever. And we'll see that later on. But right now, this just makes 1. So it's a 1-to-1. And we want to make, generally speaking, you want to pick either like 2 science per second, or you want to pick something smaller. You can go bigger than that for sure, but that number is going to grow even with just the buildings that you do initially, because you'll eventually upgrade to the assembly machines, you'll eventually add productivity modules, so on and so forth, and it's just going to make things go faster anyways. I usually pick 2 science per second. So let's go with 2 science per second, which in this case, to make 1 science per second, we're going to need 5 buildings because it takes 5 seconds. So if you think about 5 buildings, each one makes 1 in 5 seconds. So it takes 5 buildings to do 1 in 1 second. So to do 2 in 1 second, you got to do 10 buildings. Hopefully that math makes sense. So we're going to do 10 buildings of this. Now, to do 10 buildings of this, we need 10 copper plate per second. That part's fine. The gears, on the other hand, we need 10 gears, which is 20 iron per second. And to do the gears, it makes 1 gear every half second, so you need half as many gear producers as you need. Is that right? Yeah, you need half as many gear producers as you need automation science packs. So for every, so if you think about this, for every 5 seconds, actually it's not that many, it's even less. Every 5 seconds, it's going to make 10 gears. So actually, we only need 1 gear wheel, right? So for every 1 second, it makes 2 gears. Every 5 seconds, it makes 10 gears, which is actually all you need. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can do math. Okay, so we actually only need 1 gear maker. And again, we're going to go 2 in, 1 out. And I'll do this. So here's where we're going to come in with iron. Oh, and this is going to go right here, right like that. So we'll span the gap, right? Okay, and then we'll come down here. This will go right across here. Go. And I'm not even going to bother with a splitter at the moment because this is the only place it's going to go. It's right here. Okay, let's keep I keep forgetting to keep crafting. So let's grab some more iron. Let's keep crafting. Let's grab a ton of transport belts, and that's why we do that. So that I can talk, and it's fine. All right, so this is gonna export. Inserters always export onto the far side of the belt, so we're gonna have copper on this side, or sorry, gears on this side, which means that I would like to have copper come in on this side and land here, and that copper be on the inside of the belt. And we will have, starting right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, an easy way that if I was like, did I get the right number, is you can just do Control-C for copy, and you can see in the little icon there that there are 10 different buildings selected, and you can easily just get a quick count that way. So we'll run this down here, and let's throw our inserters down here. I also do need some more inserters. We will be making some inserters very soon for the green science packs, so never you fear, we will be automating inserters, and I always just kind of use those inserters as my early supply. And this stuff is going to be red science. And this is going to be making, it's going to be doing red here, exporting there, and of course we're going to have to power all of this. So we'll just go down the line, boom, boom, boom. Now one thing that I do, I know I mentioned that inserters export onto the far side of the belt, and that is true, of course, for base Factorio. I think that one of the things that I miss the most about modded Factorio is being able to drop things on the near side of the belt. I really just think that it'd be a huge quality of life improvement to allow us to drop on any side of the belt regardless of what we want to do. And I really just miss that. It's always so painful to me trying to export things on like the far side of the belt and then trying to balance the belt because I want it on both sides, and like, yeah, it's just annoying. But that's just me. Let's actually throw down a couple more miners over here for both of these. Like here. This we can just move over there. And then we'll throw down some more for iron as well. Let's keep crafting. I guess I'll just keep crafting like some of these things. Okay. And of course, one trick is just to run along the belt so it goes a little bit faster. We will need some stone here soon, but not quite yet. But let's just finish getting our red science automated first. And actually, we'll do this. We'll just queue up a bunch of these guys. These, and these, and these. And we'll just like queue all that up. We are gonna have to expand here pretty quickly. The amount of iron that we're doing, the amount of copper that we're doing, and it'll translate relatively quickly to a lot of science. Like 2 per second might not sound like a lot, but I promise that it adds up very quickly. So there's that. Let's also start crafting some labs, since that's what we're going to be making. And let's also do this. We can bring the copper in right here. Okay. Again, we're going to have to deal with, you know, undergrounds and things like that, but for the moment, we'll just do this. Cool. And that should be everything. That is red science automated. I will have to put down our labs now. What did I even do with it? Did I have a lab over here? I'll have to grab that at some point. But generally, I mean, I kind of just like do this and then leave some space like in here for different things, and then just do labs like right above red science to begin with. One thing I do also want to mention is that be thinking about where you might want to put beacons later on in the game, and leave three tiles for that. So like you go 1, 2, 3. That's how big beacons. They're this big. They're 3 by 3. So a beacon would be able to fit here. So just be mindful of where you might want to put them. For instance, for red science, I'm probably going to want to put beacons all along here. to speed it up in the future, as they will probably have productivity modules. So just be, like I said, be mindful of that. And here come our labs, and we will just, we're going to put them down on both sides to eventually, but to, actually, are we? We may end up just putting them on one side, and I will explain why. The reason is, we're going to have a bunch of science packs. We're going to have up to, this one has 12 different science packs, I think. 3, 6, 9, yeah, 12 different science packs. And it's pretty hard to get that many science packs into labs when they're like on both sides of the belt, because you have to pull from so many different sources. To start, we're just going to put them all on one side and just do it like this. I mean, it's literally as simple as can be. Perfect. And you can see we probably don't even have enough labs. But like I said, we are going to have to be doing green science very shortly here, which is why I decided to do this first. And we can actually get to work on that right now, which is really nice. So, the green science, how does that work? Well, let's just take a look at this. It takes 6 seconds. So we saw that the red took 5 seconds and we needed 10 buildings. This takes 6 seconds. And so we're going to need 12 buildings of green here. And I'm just going to do placeholders. So we're going to do the normal 10. That's 10. And we're going to go 2 more. And the cool thing about 2.0 is you can actually like change recipes on these guys. You can't change it to things that don't exist yet, like green science, but you can do this. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing these. I should have done those as ghosts, but that's okay. So we'll have this, and then we'll have a belt going along here that's going to have a transport belt and an inserter, is what the green science takes. So again, I'm going to keep in mind that we need to go 1, 2, 3 over for green, like this. Okay. And we will have this come in here. Okay. Now, there we go. There's our green science pack. We can queue up another red science pack. Now, looking at green here, it takes 1 transport belt and 1 inserter. So for the transport belts, this is 1 iron plate, 1 gear wheel, which we've already seen. I just made that a few minutes ago. And it makes 2 every half second. So if we need 12 every, or sorry, we need 1 every second, right? Or do we need 2 every second? We need 2 every second. We need 2 every second, and this makes 4 every second. So we actually only need 1 building making making belts, and I believe that the same is true of inserters. This makes 1 inserter every half second. Yeah, we only need 1. This actually, 1 building actually makes too much for the transport belts, because it makes 4 every second. We only need 1 every second. So we're actually going to do 1 building doing each, and that's going to look like, let's do this, probably 1, 2. Okay. I don't like that. Let's see. Why is my brain not working on this? I don't want to do it on this side. So we do actually kind of want to do something similar to this. I just don't love the placement of this build, but I guess it's fine. Okay, so this is going to do belts. This is going to do inserters. By the way, all these now are going to be green science. Also, I should be making more inserters. And actually, this is wrong. This should be inserters. This should be belts. The reason being is that the inserters, we have to do a little bit more finagling of things, because we are going to have to make electronic circuits for that. Now, they both take gear wheels, and they both take iron plates. So that part's easy. We are going to do... right here. Let's do that right there. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do 2 buildings, I believe, doing the gears. 2 buildings doing gears. Let's make more of these. 2 buildings doing gears, and let's see. We do have just enough room here for iron to come in for this, and then this is gonna actually come right across. There we go. That's gonna come right across for the iron for the belts, and then right up here for the inserters. Now the inserters are the difficult part because this belt is going to turn up here and go there for the gears, and then we're also going to need to do the electronic circuits. So for the electronic circuits, this is going to look, I still need more of these. Ugh. We're going to do 2 buildings for the electronic circuits because we, I believe we do need 2 buildings for this. And let's see, this is going to go like this. We'll move this back 1, go 1. Here's generally how I do the green circuits. So we just do green circuit here, and then we go like this, and like this. And I need more of these. Need lots of green circuits. And we'll do this, and we'll do this. And then these guys can fit like this. This is going to be for copper cables back here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Copper cables. I cannot work today. Okay, there we go. I cannot click things properly. What am I out of? I'm out of iron. It's fine. I can go grab some more iron over here. Cool. And you can see that we are flying through research, and I'm actually not even using it fast enough. So we're actually making it more quickly than I can use it currently. We're going to research a bunch of those things. We also should make a... Did I make a radar over here? I did make a radar. So we are starting to survey the area. I should make some more at some point. We'll do that here momentarily. Let's make more of those. We should make a submachine gun. Lots of things getting researched. And then we are going to have to bring in some copper here as well. So that copper we can bring up. Again, I am going to make the belt nice, or the bus nicer than this at some point, but don't need to do that just yet. Okay, so I do need a splitter here, and this is going to go down here and come right up like that. Perfect. And this splitter can fit right in here. Oops. Right in there. There we go. I don't need to make more belts. What I do need to make are probably some more power poles at some point. Let's clear that out. Now I do need, yeah, I do need these guys. What am I out of? More iron, probably, yeah. You're just like kind of, in the early game, you're just like kind of always out of iron. That's just like kind of how it works. But later in the game, it's gonna go very quickly. You'll have lots and you'll use lots. All right, let us power all of this stuff. That doesn't quite reach everything, does it? Oops. All right, and then we're gonna go, let's see. That looks like it's all getting powered. So we're just gonna go like this. Power all of these guys. And we're gonna start right down here and just go 1, 2, 3. There we go. And what is going on over here? Apparently I did not quite get everything. Oh, I forgot to do iron for this. That's fine. Oh, I gotta fit it for both of these, don't I? I always forget the iron part for some reason, and it just is always such a pain. How do I always forget iron? I can make long-handed inserters. That works. We'll just do long-handed inserters. There we go. That's iron. That works. Okay, so we need to bring in... Oh wait, that's gears. What is this? This part here is iron coming up. This part is gears. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll go here. There we go. That works. There we go. This is gears coming in here. This is iron coming across and up and around. And what am I... Dude, who gave me license to play Factorio this way? There we go. That's so much better. Okay. Then we need to bring in iron from here. I am going to go like this. So this is going to go right here. And I know this is a little bit ugly, but it is what it is. I want to keep these 4 lanes clear, remember? And we are going to use another underground. Oh, that doesn't quite fit. Okay. There we go. All right, and that's going to come right up here. And that should actually, I think, start everything. We can keep crafting more of these. Should craft those at some point. Let's see, where are we at with this? This is almost done. I do need to, as you can tell, all the red science is backing up because we're not using it quickly enough. I will at some point need to make more labs, but I do need electronic circuits for that. And for the electronic circuits, I am going to need, let's see, we'll have 15, 16 labs. Let's do that. Oh my god, let's not do that. That's a lot of, that is a lot of electronic circuits to craft manually. So let's not do that. I'm just gonna come and pick up this lab here. Let's also check on power. We are doing okay on power right now. We will have to add more here very shortly though. And we can actually proactively do that while we're down here. So let's go. Oops, we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we'll go 1, 2, that there, 1, 2, like that. Go 2 of those, 2 of those. Perfect. And again, we're not like anywhere close to really running out of power, but it's just a nice thing to be thinking ahead about because running out of power can be super, super frustrating. And there we go. We've just like upped our power quite a bit. And let's keep manually crafting things. It is really annoying to manually craft things all the time, but that's going to end very shortly because we will be at some point focusing on getting a little mall area, as they say, to kind of make all of our basic necessities. And check it out, we've got a ton of transport belts now, so that's really the power of doing that early on and just like kind of letting that thing run and focusing on other things. As you can see here, we ideally should do this. Go 1, 2, 1, 2, and have our... One thing you can also do here is just do fast inserters, which is honestly maybe a little bit better. And just kind of ensure that you always have enough. I don't know that it's even exporting fast enough. It kind of doesn't look like it is. So I'm just going to do 2 more of these. The fast inserters are obviously way faster than the regular inserters. And we can just ensure that we are putting them all out there on the belt. These guys should be getting it. And do I really need to do a fast inserter for that? Maybe. Fast inserter, there we go. One other thing I like to do here is I like to put a chest down that just picks up like 2 stacks of these guys early on, because it is so nice to have electronic circuits that are already made for you, because as you've noticed, I've just been spending way too much time handcrafting electronic circuits, and I'd much rather spend my time doing other things than handcrafting that. So we're definitely gonna do that, and we can also pick up all these belts here and all these inserters, which is just a really quick way of something that we're gonna be building anyways, just making use of that. So now we just need to do those labs that I was talking about. We can grab a bunch of electronic circuits. We can also come over here and grab all these gears. So I like to use these as like dual purpose. Like, yes, they're being made for science, but they're really being made for me. And again, just keep grabbing those, because the science right now is not the most important part. The most important part is speeding up our early game, and the easiest way to do that is just through using the resources that were already, like the materials that were already being made to make more. And I mean, of course, that is like the whole point of the game, is to use what you have to make more. And we're soon going to be getting into the green research stage, which is going to be super nice. So we can actually queue up the beginning stages of that. We'll do automation 2. We'll do lab speed. We will do more lab speed, I guess. And then engine and fluid processing. Fluid processing is like a really, really big one to get done, and it unlocks all of the oil stuff after that. So we'll be working towards that. I think that I have all of the red science in there. And we can actually check to see how fast our science is being researched right now. So we're at science per minute, just 13. Obviously that's because we don't have enough labs doing it, actually doing the research. Very slow right now. That'll speed up very quickly. And this will also start building up over here. And yeah, I mean, it looks like things are working pretty well. The only thing that I could really comment about is the amount of iron coming in, which is fully dependent on the amount of iron that we have being mined, I think. Or no, it is backing up a little bit. Which really indicates that we just need to have more iron smelters here. So we can actually just fill all these guys in, honestly. There we go. All right, and we don't have to go all the way down at the moment, since I really don't have enough inserters for that. There we go. But it will speed up iron a bit. There we go. All right, and these wires are going to drive me nuts probably, that they're all over the place, but I will control myself for the moment. And we can just extend this all the way down since we're going to be doing that anyways. Kill that rock. There we go. All right, that is going to be the full iron smelting column. Obviously, we have to actually mine out like a full belt of iron for that. But before we do that, I'm really going to be wanting to get into a mall, because that is going to be our next step towards having kind of a self-sufficient base. So that is what we're going to be tackling next time. This time we got a lot done. I mean, we got through red and green science, which of course are like the easiest two. Like you can just knock those out really, really quickly like that. But from here on out, things get a lot more complicated. Anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's episode. We are going to be moving relatively quickly through the beginning, but hopefully learning a few things along the way. And as always, if you did enjoy, it'd be awesome if you guys could like the video, comment, subscribe, and generally just interact in any way. I love hearing from you all. And I will see you all next time.